Tommy eats 2 grams of mushrooms. What's it gonna feel like? We're not quite into the well, what isn't it gonna feel like doses yet. That's for the 3 grams and above videos. But wait, deep breath. This dose can still be crazy. I once tripped with a friend on this dose who wasn't having too easy of a time, went to the toilet and came back feeling amazing, saying it told him life was gonna be okay. The pure wholesome happiness on this man's face from speaking to a toilet was just inspiring. I see a lot of people saying 2 grams is a mild experience, and yeah, it can be, or it can involve talking to a very, very wise toilet. Always remember that before you go taking a dose like this, especially somewhere like a nightclub or in public. This is not usually something you want to be on around strangers, and there's a few precautions you want to take if you're even just a little bit aware of how shrooms affect you. Also, there's many types of shrooms which all vary in potency, even if it's the same type of shrooms. This video, like every other dosage chart out there, is specifically about Psilocybe Cubensis, but putting a rigid number on it is hard since 2 grams can be mild to some, or feel like signing a legal contract to be a Teletubby for 6 months for others. So start low, 1 to 2 grams is usually recommended, and work your way up so you can see how you personally react. You can think of this video as averaging out to shrooms moderate dose experience. So to try and put a 2 gram trip into one sentence, it kind of feels like you've suddenly become a kid again and you're seeing everything for the first time. It's all new and fresh and you don't necessarily know what it means like you used to, but you weirdly do know what it means like you didn't used to, if that makes sense. Whilst a gram being a light dose is typically a nice feeling with maybe some mild visuals and can still make a solid high, 2 grams is really where it starts to feel like a real trip and often comes with philosophical thoughts, strong emotions, strong feelings of connectedness, and strong brain gains if you know how to integrate. I hope you like brighter and more saturated colors. You might also see the world around you breathing and carving, and if you close your eyes you can expect some 2D, maybe even 3D patterns and fractal kaleidoscopes to become visible. And if you meditate on top of that, don't be surprised if you get into a 3 gram trip intensity and forget that you took mushrooms. And that's the thing, as much as people talk about the visuals, the real craziness of shrooms comes from the mental effects. Your thoughts are going to be everywhere as you lose your short-term memory / ego, and this can make you really creative, thinking in ways you've never thought before. It's like thinking outside the outside of the box, where the box is already outside of itself. Or maybe we're pushing it for 2 grams, but if we don't push it, eventually shrooms will. Because of this, you might also be distracted, almost as if you're in a constant state of getting sucked into various trances, since there's just so much going on at once compared to being sober. With a good set and setting, and I really mean with a good set and setting, this dose is most likely going to feel really good and leave you with a sense of serene peace and well-being. Like you've been alone in a room for 6 months and suddenly you go out into this beautiful lush rainforest. A park. Time might also feel slower, and it's even possible to have some overlapping of your senses, such as seeing sounds, etc. Your body might also feel almost a little drunk or covered in a warm, weird blanket. It's hard to describe, but there definitely is a body high. It kind of feels like how the visuals look, and it's worth noting that during the come up you might feel a little nauseous. If you want to reduce this, then take them on an empty stomach. Also expect your pupils to dilate and to yawn more than if I played this stock footage for the rest of the video. It's not uncommon for people to really feel their place in the world, maybe even have a spiritual experience, and to reflect on their life and relationships. If you're with others, expect to bond a huge amount. Shroom giggles are hilarious, and you don't even need a joke to laugh the hardest you ever have. Society already is a joke, and it's not hard to see the absurdity of it all on shrooms. But on the other side of that, some people will get anxiety and paranoia, especially during the come up, but don't worry, it won't last forever. Still, all your emotions are amplified. That's why set and setting is so crucial, so please do your research. The best way to feel good on shrooms is to let them take you where they want to take you, and to accept and surrender to the experience without running away or resisting the trip. There's not really a come down. Most people instead get the afterglow where they feel content and motivated and full of clarity, which for most people wears off in a few days to a month. But you can extend this and even use it as fuel to get more out of that without the shrooms. That's what we teach here, so if you're interested in that, check out TripTips.xyz to see if it's right for you. Otherwise, here's the funny version of this video. I hope you like it.